We're out here on Cooper on Sunday morning, and there's the new Johnny Cash statue. Does it say when it was placed here? Oh yeah, 2018, yeah, last year. Yeah, pretty cool. Erected here because this is the location. Well, it might be next door in there. There's a historical mark. I'll go and read it now, but this was where Johnny Cash first performed live. So this is historical mark here, Johnny Cash and Tennessee 2. This is the first part, I think. Yeah, Johnny Cash's first performance. The singer-songwriter became known as the Man in Black, launched his music career on this site in December 1954. Working as a door-to-door appliance salesman, Cash teamed up with guitarist Luther Perkins and bassist Marshall Grant, two auto mechanics employed at Automobile Sales 309 Union. Often they rehearsed in the repair shop. A postman who was a member of the Galloway and Methodist Church overheard them and urged his wife to invite them to perform at the church. As a member of the Pioneer class, a women's Bible study group, she was organising a missionary fundraiser. Cash's group accepted the invitation, performing a mix of songs. Among them was one of Cash's own compositions, Belshazzar. It referred to the Babylonian king in the book of Daniel who saw God's handwriting on the wall and a message of doom. Other songs included Peace in the Valley, Walking the Floor Over You, and several Christmas hymns. After that first performance, Johnny Cash's backup musicians, Luther Perkins and Marshall Grant, began calling themselves the Tennessee Three. They were trying but failing to gain attention with their gospel songs. As an alternative, they were persuaded to build a lineup of pop and country tunes. In response, Cash wrote several songs, including Hey Porter and Cry Cry Cry, that Sun Records released in '55 under the name Johnny Cash and the Tennessee Two. Soon to follow were the three of Cash's lasting hits, Folsom Prison Blues, Big River and I Walk the Line. After his sudden contract expired in '58, Cash signed with another label and moved away from Memphis. Of course, he signed with the major label Columbia. His music career lasted until his death in 2003. Galloway Methodist Church traced its history to 1908. Its building, designed in Romanesque revival style, dated from 1925. The Galloway congregation disbanded in 2008. Yeah, so he said it wouldn't be unusual for Johnny Cash to actually perform at this location in church at the first time, because that was really what he wanted to be, was a gospel singer. Because apparently when he first auditioned for Sun, that's what he was, for Sam Phillips, that's what he was singing, was gospel songs, and Sam persuaded him to try his hand at more popular, more country rocky, blues, whatever you want to call it. But Sam persuaded him that gospel was not the way to progress a career. So, Johnny Cash's first performance was at the Galloway Church in December of 1954. So I've come to Marlowe's again. I think been to Marlowe's on every trip, I think, so far.
Yeah, we have, yeah.
Shake, rattle and ribs.
Shake, rattle and ribs.
Very heavily themed Elvis restaurant. It says Elvis 8 here. Not going to argue with it. It's changed slightly because they've taken all the flags down. Did have all the flags up there.
Sort of opened it up a bit, haven't they?
Yeah, Elvis playing on the TV. Tickle Me. Tickle Me, Girl Happy. And they got new tables, because the tables had all Elvis pictures and everything under the glass, didn't it?
Yeah.
There's the menu. Reasonably priced in here, isn't it?
Right.
And trees in the back. Here we go. Coleman Double Trouble, Elvis Burger, Blue Suede Burger. Love me tender chicken sandwich. Hunka Hunka apple pie. Philly steak.
Philly cheesesteak, yeah.
The coffee in the Marlowe's mug. So I went with the Elvis Burger, Sean went with the Philly cheese. Sean gave me the onion rings, I wanted an order of mine, so chips are nice, had a couple of them. So defeated though.
Oh yeah, it's enough.
Yeah, me too. Couldn't quite finish.
Yeah,
couldn't quite clear the plate. Sorry, man.
nice coffee though. Yeah, that's nice coffee.
And the rack of pictures is $10 and the model shop is $15.
We've just had food in Marlowe's again. It's very good. Bit slow coming out this time, I think, wasn't it? But the food is very nice. Oh, can't see what I'm doing. And I had a book. Yeah, the book. Gene Smith's autobiography. So can't find that anywhere. I don't even think that's on Amazon. Well, not Amazon UK anyway. So yeah, it was good. Oh, there's the one of the pink Cadillacs that you can get. You just phone from the guest house of Grayson and they come and pick you up in a pink Cadillac. We didn't do it this time. I'm just too impatient to wait, I think, to be honest. Try to just bring the car and jump in it and go when we're ready. But it's complimentary. Complimentary service, well, with a tip obviously. It's well worth it, especially if you're planning on having a couple of drinks.